Hi everyone, and welcome to another Software and Internet Monthly Market Report brought to you by Sanford Advisors. October was another really busy month, and you can see this in some of the M&A highlights. So $25 billion invested in October, which was one of the biggest months for the year, 196 transactions, and the median multiple of 14.8 times, which is obviously a little bit distorted just because the small number of deals that were reported. But again, you can see the multi-billion-dollar and multi-hundred-million-dollar transactions that were happening. Aspen Tech, which happened at a $6 billion valuation and 14.8 times. A lot of the other multiples weren't disclosed, but GSN was bought for $1 billion. Sontiq was $638 million and a 7.5 times revenue multiple. So lots of activity again, and lots of very large transactions again, driving up the overall deal volume. You can really see the pace of M&A that continues to really go at a really rapid rate. Obviously we've been talking a lot about the pre-pandemic levels where we were kind of averaging 90 to 100 transactions a month. October was another really busy month with 196 transactions, so actually the biggest and busiest month of 2021. But just really continuing the trend of really elevated volumes of M&A in the software space. And you can see what that means for the year as a whole. So annualized right now, we're looking to track to 2,200 transactions and about $285 billion worth of volume. And so that's a real elevation, obviously, from where we finished 2020, but also a significant premium over any of the previous years that we've seen recently. So really healthy M&A market continues at a really rapid pace. On the multiple side of stuff, you can see here that SaaS multiples for the year are averaging about 8.2 times revenue, and non-SaaS software multiples are averaging 4.4. So both are a healthy premium to 2020 levels. We've been kind of expecting this to normalize a little bit from where it is today, but obviously, given how late we are in the year, it's probably going to be around 7 to 8 times as the average for the whole year. And you can see this is a really interesting chart that just kind of shows the spread of the valuations. So what we've plotted here is the 25th percentile, the median is that blue bar, and then the 75th percentile is the top. And you can see what's really happened over the COVID is pre-COVID it was actually pretty tight between the 25th and 75th percentile, about 2 or 3 turns. And now really over the last couple of quarters and from late 2020, it's really blown out to like 8 to 10 times of spread between the 25th percentile and the 75th percentile. So, obviously not every transaction is going to trade at the 10, 15, 20 times level. And there's a lot that goes into that we can help guide you through if you have any questions about. But one thing that COVID has really highlighted is that variability. On the VC side, very similar trends, 11.8 billion invested in October, 481 transactions, and the median deal size has stayed relatively consistent around the $5 million mark. And what does that mean for overall kind of VC volumes? Well, we're up pretty considerably on the number of transactions. So we're annualizing to about 7,200 transactions for the year right now, which would be a record high after a dip in 2020. And on the volume side, we've already doubled the highest volume that we saw in 2020. So we're way ahead on volumes, and this is expected to increase given how quick, the deal volume that we've seen over the last couple of months. And then lastly on valuations, valuations have continued to kind of tick up on the VC side of stuff. So you can see this here, the red bar is late stage, which is about 21 times. The mid is 21 times. The late stage is about 24 times year to date. And the early stage is happening at 32 times. So really, you can see the trend over the last couple of years. These valuations on the VC side have really blown out, especially as it's got much more competitive with more capital chasing less deals. But anyway, if you have any questions on any of this material or would like to see any other stats from the team, just reach out to us and we're happy to help. Anyway, have a good month and we'll see you next month.